Hello everyone, my name is Karan and I work as a data scientist at Red Hat. One of the things that we believe is absolutely crucial for any kind of data science work or research is reproducibility and reusability. That is to say, you should be able to easily access and run all of our code, and you should be able to see the same results that we do with the code. So to ensure this kind of accessibility and reproducibility, what we do is we package all of our work into container images and deploy these container images onto a publicly accessible JupyterHub, which is what you see on your screen right now. So if you were to click on any of these project images and click on Start, then you'll be able to access and run all of our work and see the results that we have. So in this video, I'll walk you through how we configure our CI to basically take all the code from a GitHub repo, make a container image, push it to Quay, and then how we make that image available onto this particular JupyterHub instance. So to show you that, I'll be walking through this guide that we have put together on the ARPIT First website. So the first step we need to do is enable AICoE CI integration. Since the repo that I want to make an image out of is already under the AICoE organization on GitHub, then I don't have to do this step again. But if your repo is not under this organization, then you can also go to github.com/apps/AICoE-CI and then manually install this application by clicking on Install and selecting the relevant repositories. Okay, now the next step is to set up the image repository. So again, for this, I want to make an image repo under the AICoE organization on Quay. So what I need to do is go to this particular repo, open a new issue with the onboard project to AICoE template. So once this issue is submitted, then an empty image repo will be created for me with all the correct robot account permissions under the AICoE organization on Quay. So that should look something like this right here. And again, if you want to make an image repo in some different organization, then you can also manually set up your own robot account and give it the correct permissions by following these 3 or 4 simple steps. Okay, so once that is set up, the next thing to do is to add a config file to your repo. So this is the repo that I want an image for. So what I did was added a config file called .aicoe-ci.yaml. And the contents of this file look like this. And you can use the same exact template, just make sure to keep the first 2 lines because that's essential for the S2I build. And also make sure that the org and project name right here point to your particular org and project. And yeah, once this file is added to your repo, then you should be ready to trigger the build. And to do that, you'll have to go to releases, draft a new release, and give it any version number and any description, and then click on publish release. So when you do that, the CI pipeline will start taking the code, put it in a container image, and push that image to the repo that you just created in the previous step. Okay, so this process should take about a couple of minutes, not too long. And you can also check the status of the build on this dashboard right here. And hopefully, if all goes well, then by the end of this process, you should have an image ready on your Quay.io repository. So the next step that we need to do is to add this image to the JupyterHub. So for that, what we need to do is create a image stream manifest that looks sort of like this. So this is what I created for the repo I wanted. And you can essentially use the same exact file as a template and just make sure that the opendatahub.io/notebook image label is set to true, and also that the GitHub links and the Quay.io links point to your GitHub and AICoE repositories. And yeah, once you have this kind of a manifest, you can add it to our apps repository at this particular directory path. And yeah, along with, and also you can also update the customization.yaml to specify this particular manifest. And once I did that in this PR, and once the PR got merged, what we did was we redeployed JupyterHub, and then once it was redeployed, the image that I wanted became available under the dropdown right here. So as you can see, there's an OpenShift anomaly detection image right here. So once I click on start, then a pod will be spawned for me, and inside that pod will be all the material for that project, and I'll be able to run through all of it and get the same results. So I'll pause the video here for about 30 seconds and wait for the pod to spawn up. Okay, so once the pod has spawned, you'll see a directory here with the same name as the project. And of course, once you go inside it, then you should be able to run through all the notebooks in the project. So that was the entire process. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to open issues on our support repository. All right, thanks for watching.